Hey everyone, this is my video on visiting Nazca, Peru, and I should make a playlist just called like Influenced by Indiana Jones or something, because this one, when I was a kid, I had watched the Crystal Skull movie by Spielberg, and there were these cool like cemetery warriors and things like that that were in Nazca, or they filmed in Nazca, I think. But yeah, that was for Cahauchi, the Cahauchi cemetery, and I had like a little Lego set about it as a kid, so it was kind of like a childhood memory. And yeah, so I went to Lima first, and then my plan was to go to Cusco to go to Machu Picchu, and I have some footage for that. I might make a video at some point. But Nazca was sort of somewhere in the middle, and since it was like a childhood memory of mine, I was like, ooh, I really want to go there. So that's what this video is about, and I sort of documented my time there and can show you a few things you can do if you do visit. But yeah, Nazca is a really cool place, so I hope some of this might make you interested in visiting. So the actual drive from Lima to Nazca was kind of like an overnight trip. So I got on the bus in Lima, and then like I would say like 8 or something like that hours later, I ended up in Nazca. When I got to Nazca, I actually didn't have any hotel booked, so I just kind of like wandered into one of the local hostels and stayed there for the night. And then after that, I woke up, and my first day, I was like out the door and then on my way to the airport, the local airport. So when you go to actually book the flight like over the Nazca lines, if you could find this website, which I'll link, is the Nazca Airlines website. Like, it looks super official, but then you click for the availability and it brings you to this Find Local Trip site. I promise you, this Find Local Trip site looks like super, it looks a little bit sketch, but like this is actually like the site that had everything that you want to do in Peru. Like, all the like local guides used this website. So this was like what I was basically using for most of this trip. So I'll link it below and recommend it. After you get to the Nazca airport itself, you'll have to check in and probably wait a little bit, like 30 minutes or 45 minutes or something like that. So then there's a bit of a security check before you're out on the runway. And when you're on the runway, they give you a little kind of pamphlet thing that shows the different symbols you'll see during the flight path. So then you can just wait and get ready to hop on the plane. The plane itself is a Cessna style or Cessna brand plane. It's got like 4 to 6 passenger seats at most. It's a very small plane and it's super shaky like in the air, which I guess like kind of scared me a bit, but the main thing to worry about is actually just like throwing up. So they do usually have like barf bags or like throw up bags, but if you kind of manage your breakfast and stuff, you can hopefully like keep it down, hopefully. And I'm gonna stop talking now because I like the takeoff ASMR. Okay, this one is the whale, which is from about like 200 BCE to 200 CE in age. It's about like 60 to 65 meters, like 200 feet long. I'll put a little guide up of like all the different ones, but each one of these is a bit unique. So this one is the astronaut. I think it's also like known as the owl man or like a giant or something like that. So this is the monkey. I love its like little spiral tail. That's really fun. And it's like, this is one of the biggest too. It's like 135 meters. The biggest one is the pelican or the heron, which is like 250 meters, but I'll show you that one later. Oh, the dog is here. Yeah, the dog. So the dog is also pretty, it's like middle of the tier in terms of size. It's like 50 to 60 meters. So then just having more flyover footage, and the one coming up is the hummingbird, which is also one of the biggest. It's comes in at around like 90 to 100 meters, but I just think it looks cool. Like the pattern is fun. Some people don't like, it's a hummingbird supposedly, but could be something else. I don't know, but I think it looks good. And yeah, then after that there's just spirals, there's other kind of like patterns all over the place. It just looks carved up, like the whole place looks like all carved up with these patterns, which is pretty cool. There's the spider. The spider's really fun. It's one of the smaller ones, but I think it looks really good. I don't know. I know some people don't like spiders. I like spiders though. And this is the condor. This is another large one. It's pretty big. It's like 130 to 135 like on the wingspan. And then yeah, we flew over some more spirals. No, actually, I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what this one is. It kind of looks like a bird, but there's just too much going on there. I'm not sure like what it's supposed to be, but it looks cool. Oh, this is the parrot, I think. The parrot is also like one of the pretty big ones. So that one is like, it's about 70 to 80 meters ish. I don't know if it looks like I guess it's a parrot. To me it does. It looks more like a bug, like a beetle or something, but I guess it's a parrot because it has wings. And the thing coming up is the tree. Sort of like the trees of life. Oh, you can also see the hands here. These are also like some like, you know, just hands floating with some kind of blob body. But yeah, the tree itself is pretty cool because it's like the tree of life. And this is like a cat. I don't know why it was like a quick shot, but then we came and we were basically landing. You can see like kind of like the buildings and stuff as you fly in. And it's pretty small like landing strip, but the planes are small, so it's like pretty chill to make it down. But yeah, that was like the flyover. It was really fun. I think overall it took like a half hour to like 45 minutes or something like that, but overall it was like really fun. And then this is me like afterwards. I was just walking around basically like after I finished. I don't know what, I kind of stumbled upon this like old like ruins place. It was pretty fun. And people are looking at me like, what are you doing, just like walking by yourself like over here? But it was chill. There was nobody around, so but I just like, it caught my eye, so I was like, oh, I want to check out these like ruins. And I had a really good like vantage point to see like the mountains and stuff. Nazca is really pretty, you know, and I don't think that gets talked about. So then I went to the Cantalloc Aqueducts. I went with a little like group, but yeah, it was really like the water here. You can see it's like so beautiful when the sun hits it and the reflection on the water of like the stones. These like walls of the aqueducts were made of like just like piled up stones. So those like ancient people knew what they were doing. So then I made my way out to Cahauchi. I took like a jeep with some dudes, and we basically like, it's kind of like out in the middle of nowhere. So getting out there is like, if you get a flat tire, like good luck. I don't know. I guess I was lucky that we didn't get any flat tires. So this is like the actual, like, it's actually really sad. This is like basically graved robbed burial ground, which I got permission from the guide and stuff to like film this. I was worried that it was like kind of disrespectful to film, but I just wanted to show it because it's like so messed up in my opinion that like grave robbers just destroy people's like family, like history and their ancestry. But Cahauchi itself was really cool. It was sort of the ancient Nazca's main ceremonial and pilgrimage place. So the next thing I did was went out to the Chauchilla cemetery, which when we got there, we actually got a flat tire. And so we had to walk like a lot of the way on foot with the other people I was with who were from Thailand. So we were kind of international crew of people lost. So yeah, the actual cemetery itself is ancient, and there's still mummified ruins there. But the thing is that, like, a lot of, similar to the in Cahauchi, like, the just grave robbers and looters have just destroyed so much of the history of the place. Like, they dug up the graves, took people's sort of, like, you know, trinkets that they had buried with them from their families, from their loved ones. So it's really just sad, honestly, like, that people do that. Well, that, like looters and grave robbers, like, but, like, why do you gotta disrespect, like, people's, like, grave sites? That's crazy to me. So yeah, I don't know, grave robbers and looters have basically ruined a lot of Nazca's heritage, which sucks. But the people there, you know, they still have a connection to their culture and their history, so, you know, they're doing their best, so that's good. Overall, though, I really loved going to Nazca, and I would definitely go again. Cool, so that was Nazca, Peru, or the experiences I had in Nazca that I made this video with. And yeah, I think the next video I'll do will be on Siracusa in Sicily. So Sicily as a whole is like a special place to me because half of my family side is Sicilian. So I was really excited to go to Sicily and stop by my family's hometown of Ficorazzi, right outside of Palermo. And as part of that trip, though, I wanted to also go to Siracusa, which Syracuse is this kind of like historic Greco-Roman sort of place on the coast that has a lot of ancient history. So that was really cool. So that is probably going to be my next video. But yeah, if you're interested in South American history and sort of archaeology, things like that, then I think Nazca is a really interesting place to go. So thank you so much, and hope you have a good day.